Tonight, Kedar Jadhav, MS Dhoni, Jadeja at 7, Sam Curran at 8. So they do bat down to number 8. There is power there, but the bulk of the work has to be done by this top order.
I suppose from Rajasthan's point of view, you need one of your bowlers to bowl real well, don't you? And it's a run chase of 16 overs. You need a couple of your bowlers to do well. Makes it even harder for
saw quite a few cutters and slow ones from Jaydev Unadkar. You're not going to see many from this man here. He's quick through the air. At least with the new ball. Sharjah, economy rate under 8. 26 wickets in his 22 games. He's risen as a cricketer in international cricket. The pedigree and value has gone up.
You don't want him bowling too many up, any half volleys. He doesn't bowl a lot of half volleys. I'll tell you what he did in the final over of the innings is he put a few on the road, he put a few on the roof. He took Ingidi apart. Bang, 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 bang. Is he going to take that confidence into his bowling? You would like to think he would. He's at 129, he's going to bowl a lot faster than that.
Really well fielded. David Miller adds a lot on the field. Was unlucky to be run out the way he was. Still a smile on his face. Got some good fielders, this team. Yashasvi Jaiswal, Steve Smith himself, Riyan Parag, fleet-footed Tom Curran. Jafra himself is a fine athlete.
You wonder about David Miller's role in this side, I suppose, don't you? Josh Butler comes back. Who does Butler replace? Certainly not Smith or Archer to be left out. They might need the bowling of Tom Curran.
Could they find an Indian replacement for Tom Curran so that they can play both Miller and Butler?
It looks, by the looks of social media pictures, and you can't take too much from that at times, Ben Stokes won't be here. The photo I saw looked like he was still in New Zealand. And hope everything's okay with Jed, with Ben's dad. Wish the family all the best. They're going through a tough time at the moment. I don't imagine he's going to turn up at the IPL.
Yeah, I understand that, but then you want to look for a replacement, which you don't have because Stokes is that kind of a player. Somebody like a Miller, do you want to go for somebody who can bowl or who can bat? Somebody like a David Miller is a finisher. Somebody like David Miller is an advantage on the field, and we all know of his exploits with Kings 11 Punjab. So could you find an Indian replacement? And you can understand that most teams are going to try and figure out in the first 2-3 games what's going to work for them. We saw Sunrisers Hyderabad and we spoke about what they could do with their middle order. There you go, the team right in front of you, Dooley.
Ankit Rajput perhaps, seam bowler. Varun Aaron, talked about him a little bit. There's that seam bowling option if you want to keep David Miller in your side and bring Joss Buttler in as well. Leave Curran out and bring a local seam bowler, and that might be the best option.
Also the success of Yashasvi Jaiswal up top, that could dictate a few things as well. Hustled him, but still a single. 8 without loss. That's fine. That's been tickled away. First boundary to Murli Vijay in elegant style.
Yeah, they're going to have to do something. It's been good from RR so far. Heavy lengths, cutters, slower balls. The CSK batters are going to have to do something. They really do. They've had a couple of overs now. They're going to have to start scoring. 205 they're still required for 107 deliveries. Chasing this kind of number, you certainly can't now afford to get into the 3rd over or the 4th over without taking risks.
That's a great shot. That was quick as well. 2 seam-up deliveries and both of them have gone for boundaries.
This is a very good shot because the length is not bad. It's just been able to hit through the line. On the up almost.
It's a beautiful shot, it really is. Stood up tall, he's a tall guy, Murli Vijay. Stands up, hits on top of the bounce, heads through the ball. Stunning. Oh, there's so much talent on display. Good from an cut. Pace off, quick run. Oh, it's close. Old man, old legs.
All about those. Just a little stutter wasn't there from Murli Vijay. Moment of confusion between he and Shane Watson. Just have a look. Just there. Almost cost him. Did well in the end.
As long as they didn't have a collision like what we saw last night with a bit of ball watching. 9 runs of the over so far at the halfway stage in this over. Rahul Tewatia, another good fielder. We'll see him in action with his leggies later on. Shreyas Gopal had a hat-trick last year for Rajasthan Royals.
They have to make the most of this power play. Of course, the Cred power play is on. Chennai Super Kings looking to up the ante after the first couple of overs were quite tight. Fans You can get involved as well. Use the Cred app during the power play. Get rewarded as well. One lucky fan will get featured in Dream 11 IPL and get handsomely rewarded as well, courtesy of the Cred app.
Wide being called because it was too high. The idea was right again, hitting it hard onto the surface for it to stop. It just looped up a bit too much.
Well, they've learned, haven't they? Last successful chasers. History in the making if they can get there tonight, the Chennai Super Kings. 17 for 7 by the Royals against the Deccan Chargers way back in 2008. So that will tell you that chasing anything over 200 is very, very difficult.
Until you come to Sharjah. But it is because the bowling attacks are very good. They're smart. You heard Sanjay Samson talk, if you didn't hear him talk, he talks about the lengths that the spinners didn't bowl. So he would have come off the field and he would have spoken to the bowling unit and said, guys, this is what I found incredibly easy. So let's make sure that we don't do it to the CSK batters. And so far they've been good. Cutters. Jofra Archer hasn't even run in and bowled bumpers. Well, 3 slower balls in his first over.
11 runs off that over. It's 19 without loss. They do have a lot of batting to CSK, but it's about the start. Once you get a good start, everyone can start capitalizing on it. But if you don't, you'd have the best batting lineup and people are going to come in and struggle. Oh, flicked away, and he's a powerful man. The first 6. It's an academy cracking 6.
It certainly is. 45th 6, the 46th 6 of the tournament so far. We've only had a few games, there's 4 games in. We've had plenty this evening. This is the first from CSK. It's Jofra Archer again rolling his fingers across it. It's a leg cutter. Like to see him just run in and bowl heavy length, real fast, aggressive. That's what his body tells him to do. There, shout loud. Maybe a bit of bat.
Inside edge, wasn't it?
I don't think they're interested. Steve Smith did have a quick check. Absolutely. Could be a bit of bat there.
Two pads, maybe, the two noises. He was perhaps a little bit late on it.
Still zoning in. Oh, nearly. He was late there, he was late on the ball, he didn't know where it exactly went.
This is what I like, Muzz. This is exactly what I like from Jofra Archer. Run in and bowl fast. He's in the 140s now. Back up there, Dooley. Surely hit that length hard. Bowl nice and fast. That's his attribute.
Oh, yeah, that was it. Two noises, wasn't it? Crashing into the top of leg stump. Remained umpire's call, and they wouldn't have lost their review if they had decided to go for it. And with UKP, just that length, if it doesn't get up, it's going to be difficult. Put those slower balls away. Mind you, a slower ball was my full pace.
You had all the tricks though, Dooley, didn't you? The leg break, the off break. Did you have back of the hand?
Poorly.
It's been a good over after being hit for a six. The lengths have been brilliant. They've been the hard lengths which KP asked him to do. But what about this man? He's been a one-man army for most teams he's played for. A match winner in every ride. 106 against Rajasthan Royals. His former team just hit them into submission. This was at Pune. Shots all around, especially those trademark pulls of this. But that was 2 years ago. 25 without loss.
by Shreyas Gopalan. You know, you get to the last ball of the over-cutting and you're so conscious of finishing the over off, you almost put too much pressure on yourself and try too hard and don't get through your action. A fair comment?
Yeah, it is, especially within the power play when you know you're bowling to Shane Watson, you know the shots he likes to play, and that's what they are covered. They had a long on and a deep mid-wicket, not mid-off or long off. That's exactly where he goes. Those are his go-to areas, and then you want to make sure that you don't bowl that delivery and you end up doing it. That's the pressure of bowling within the power play, especially for a leg spinner.
Very clever. Curran bounds in, pumping those arms. Quite a big delivery stride, and then releases something at the speed of an off-spinner. Not much in it at this stage. Not that the Royals got off to a flying start by any means. First couple of overs were sedate. Steve Smith began to expand a bit, and then it was only when Samson joined him that the ground got lit up.
They got to 54 in the power play, which has been the highest so far this season. And from a Chennai point of view, yes, you've got the batsmen, but they know exactly what sort of bowling needs to be done on this sort of a surface. They saw the CSK bowlers miss their lengths and go for plenty.
Made by the Rajasthan Royals on the back of Steve Smith. An incredible performance from Sanu Samson and Jofra Archer at the end. Just smoked it. Oh, a bit like that. That is smoked. Very like a shot Steve Smith played early in his innings. Quite a
that if you pitch it halfway down on this surface, you're going to get punished, because these are small boundaries. The side boundaries are only a little over 60 meters. So there it is, easy 6. Just help the ball along. You're better off trying to pitch the ball up, hoping it'll move maybe just a little bit after pitching, and trying to get the batsman to play the lofted drive.
Oh, yes! Into the scoreboard it goes, miles from Shane Watson.
Well, he didn't learn from his previous delivery. Banged it in even shorter. And it went even further.
We've had 21 sixes in this game. The record is 32 or 3 or something like that. 33. Bangalore. A good question for our viewers. Will the record for an IPL match, a sixes record, be broken tonight?
The one thing which you don't want to do as a bowler, especially having seen what the opposition did, is bowl to the strengths of any batsman. That's what you're trying to take him away from. And right now, Tom Curran, after bowling such a good first delivery, oh, that's cut away. Again, pace, again some width. And Shane Watson is enjoying this.
Well, we've seen all night that width flies. It's as simple as that. You have to bowl very straight on this pitch. It's usually the case, but it's much harder to defend one side of the wicket. The boundaries are very short. You have to bowl straight. or indeed conviction in those attacking strokes. He's much more of a timer of the ball than a brutal hitter on it.
And also, he's not been regular with the CSK 11 the last couple of seasons.
At the moment, I think Vijay is maybe just trying to consolidate his place.
Mid-off is wide-ish, so too mid-on, so dead straight is an option for both these Super King batsmen. Tom Curran out there, brilliant outfielder. It's not a long hit straight, be guessing, but it'd be no more than 70 metres, maybe 68, 69 metres. Which for these guys with their physical strength, those wonderful bats they use, it's very doable.
This is smart. This is exactly what you want to do on a surface like this, boundary like this. Middle stump, middle and leg. It's not spinning, slightly back of the leg. Try and make the batsman hit the square boundaries, but not in the air, not in the air, on the ground.
Good start to the over, 3.
Little beauty. That is super smart and super good.
Well, he pitched it up, didn't he? It wasn't as short as Shane Watson thought it was. Watson looking to play his favourite shot, the pull shot. Did he get an inside edge? There it is. He's pitched it a lot further up. Oh, it's gone off the pads. Gone off the pads. He is very upset with himself. And Rahul Tewatia, he's given Rajasthan the breakthrough.
Yeah, I think that overspin did for Watson there. It hurried through him. 33 made, 56 for 1. Key figure then, Faf du Plessis. He likes to just launch himself into any opponent, really. He likes to feel the ball on the bat. Played well the other night, saw the Super Kings home. This was a surface made for Ambati Raidu. It's a real shame not to see him striding out there. Du Plessis has it in him. Triumph for Tewatia. He just seems to me to get plenty of overspin, a little bit of extra bounce. It isn't a flipper, but it behaves a bit like a flipper, if that makes sense. Shane Watson, furious as he is when he's out, he's a terrible sufferer because of his own wicket. Lovely over, that really classy start. Tewatia holding the Super Kings at bay, 57 for 1. Well, with 217 to get, the batting order is quite interesting for the Chennai Super Kings. I mentioned no Ambati Raidu. You would think with this much cricket left, Sonny, in the run chase, there's a case for the boss.
Absolutely. I won't be surprised if he comes in at the fall of this wicket. Gaikwad is probably slotted in the original list that was given to us. But that would have been if the total was about 160 or 170 to chase, but not when 216 have been put up by the opposition. Then you want your big hitters, those guys to come up at the top and play as many overs as possible. We're already in the 8th over, so only 12 overs left after this.
I think he's walking like a man with pads on. And out, out, out. Yes, it is. Well done, these guys. No doubt the Royals have got an idea of what they're doing here. They've learnt from mistakes made by the Super Kings earlier. Murali Vijay following Shane Watson back to the hatch.
Well, we didn't quite time that. When the ball is slightly short, you start to get excited. You think that, oh, these are short boundaries, could be a 6. But no timing in that shot, no power in that shot. And so Murali Vijay disappointing once again. 21, it's 58 for 2.
Well, the two leg spinners, Rahul Tewatia and Shreyas Gopal, are doing a grand job here. Some intelligent bowling, and MS Dhoni's getting his money's worth out of Sam Curran's contract for sure, because Sam's coming in at number 4 here, ahead of Gaikwad, ahead of Dhoni himself, ahead of Jadeja. Incredible strike rate in the 11 IPL games that he's played. Here's Gopal. And there's Sam Curran.
And that's the reason why he's been sent up, because of that strike rate. Also because he will probably be confronting the two leg spinners. The ball is turning into him. There it is. Slightly short. This one he's dispatched away. Will be full of confidence after that little cameo that he played the other day. 18 of 6 deliveries.
What a lovely ball to get first up. That was a rank 1. Worst ball that he's bowled so far. Alan Lamb had a lot to do with the Curran family when they came back from Zimbabwe after the tragic loss of Kevin, their father, and he always said right from the start, Sam Curran can bat up the order. He will end up a better batsman than bowler. If anybody's looking for a number 3 sometime down the track, he could be that man. That, incidentally, was the end of Murali Vijay, with Tom Curran taking the catch. You can only wonder what Mrs. Curran, Sarah, thinks at home. Who's she backing? Okay, 8 gone, 64 for 2.
4 for 2. 5 now. No time to get yourself in. Maybe 2 to 3 deliveries, Sonny.
Really can't have any dot balls now. Not too many dot balls. Got to make every delivery count. It's 152 needed of 71. So every dot ball is actually going to add to the...
Again, how well has he got this? Plenty on it. Back to back for Sam Curran.
Yeah, well enough here in Sharjah. Half a bat, half one of these modern day bats. And she goes again. 6, 140 required.
Good use of the feet once again. Sign of confidence when you go down the pitch and make it into a hittable delivery.
Trying to put some pressure back on the bowler. Sam Curran, good night with the ball. He's backing it up with the bat. Contender for the Dream 11 game changer of the match. That doesn't help. That does not help. The old mockers, thank you very much. Gone.
Well, he was sent to try and do some damage. Hit a couple of sixes.
Take it one. When the bails are off, you can just freeze it. Yeah, you can freeze it here. Yeah, that's out of his ground. Made my decision.
Yep, Sam Curran knew it all the time. 17 from 6. 77 for 3. Falling in the 9th over, so we will have ourselves a Seat tyres strategic timeout.
It's time for some Roland Garros rivalry. Bienvenue à Paris, Victoria Azarenka.
Hello everyone, it's been a long road of getting here.
The Grand Slam champion returned to the world's top 50 last year for the first time since the birth of her son and has been climbing ever since. She progressed as far as the semi-finals in Paris in 2013. A former world number 1, at 31, Azarenka is using all her maturity and experience as she eyes more major success. Ahead of last year's tournament, the Belarusian took in some sights of Paris, and since then her adorable son Leo has been stealing the spotlight on the tennis court.
fun coming weeks. So thank you so much.
Catch Victoria Azarenka gunning for Roland Garros glory live on your World of Champions Supersport. This player profile was served up by Prudential Investment Managers.
Every day without it makes you hungry. It leaves you lingering, wondering, dreaming, imagining what could have been.
For South Africa, manning up and shaking hands, but a game that seemed to be in the bag.
You see, the thing is, you can't stop us.
Finally, the wait is over.
This is our game, and it never left. So here's to another opportunity, a chance to make a name, a chance to remember one.
Well done, Patrick Lambie.
To make it count.
He's done it again! And look at the chase here! They do not do the ordinary.
This is the return of rugby, and we are ready. Get DStv Premium and be a part of the next chapter of the South African rugby story.
That is the end of the CH Tyres strategic timeout.
He's going to have to play some innings, Gaikwad, that is for sure. He has got the experience of Duplessis at the other end. He's going to have to strike better than that. And he's going to have to get plenty. A share a chair. He goes and he gets stumped first up. He came in and he's got to go.
A whole lot of stats lined up for him too, KP. Guy's about to reel them all off as well.
I know.
Wait for the next game.
I nipped in for you there because
What was that shot about? Well, first ball duck for Ruturaj Gaikwad, 4 down 77 CSK.
It's falling apart for the Chennai Super Kings at the moment, 77 for 4. They've lost back-to-back wickets. Curran and then Gaikwad, and now Kedar Jadhav is walking out to the middle. He's forgotten something. Gone out with the wrong gloves on. Things are not going well for Chennai.
it's not a good feel, is it? It's not a good feel at all. You walk out there with 2 left gloves. You get halfway and you think, oops. Oops. You got to just blame your bloke sitting next to you. You have to, Sonny.
Well, what about Bob Willis walking out to bat in a test match without the bat? He actually did. It was against the West Indies. And that too at his hometown, at Birmingham.
great man, didn't we, earlier this year? Had some time with him.
Yes, and it's nice to see a trophy being named after him. He's a terrific cricketer. Look at that shot, though. That wasn't a terrific shot. No way. He's just gone down the pitch. Well, he was confined in isolation because he tested positive when he came to Abu Dhabi. So maybe he's just wanting to break free, go down the pitch. Enough of staying in one place.
Yeah, brilliant, Sonny. Tuatia, though. How about that? 3 for 17. 2 overs. You can see that the length deliberately pulled back by both the leg spinners for the Rajasthan Royals.
The required rate has climbed up to 13.28, 4 wickets down. There is Jadeja to come, there is MS Dhoni to come, players who can play the big shots, but they don't want to leave too much to do in the last 7 or 8 overs. They've really got to look to get some boundaries now. 82 for 4.
.82 for 4, hat-trick ball for Rahul Tewatia. Negotiated comfortably.
You've got 2 batters in there now. They're both in single figures. As Sonny Gavaskar alluded to a couple of balls ago, that required run rate now is pushing up to close to 14 runs and over. I think you just got to throw caution to the wind here. One of you just has to go. Somebody has to go. Somebody has to play the most unbelievable innings. He's his wicket so far. That is Watson. Curran. Gokor from his first ball. Run out. Some would say stumped, close to being run out. He's that far down his wicket. Just to get back to the partnership here and the way to try and chase this down. Kedar Jadhav, we know how destructive he can be. We know how destructive Jadeja can be. We know how destructive du Plessis can be. We know how destructive MS Dhoni can be. They've got to throw caution to the wind, and one of them just has to go. Because if one doesn't come off here, this game is dead and buried. Completely dead and buried.
And every dot ball is just going to increase that required rate. So you really cannot have any dot balls now. You've got to have consistently, the next 8 overs have to be consistently big overs.
Nicely bowled.
But I would feel that Sanju Samson and the batters that batted on this had spoken to the bowler. And overpitched, and they got absolutely belted. There again. Rajasthan 34 dot balls in their whole innings. CSK, they're up to 27 already. Excellent display of skill, especially from the spinners.
Well, that's one total that CSK will definitely catch up. After dot balls. Whether they'll get to 217, we'll have to wait and see.
The bottom line tells a story. Once Sam Curran was out for those 2 sixes that you see just underneath the run rate at the bottom of your screen. Dot, wicket, wicket, and then all the singles and the dots. Yes, trying to build the start of a partnership. You can't take too many deliveries to get going. Just fall too far behind. Just the one again, 11 overs gone, it's 86 for 4. Gopal's last over starts with a cracking boundary straight down the ground from Kedar Jadhav.
That's a good start. That's a very good start to the over by the Chennai Super Kings. It was a half volley, but it still had to be dispatched, and he's done it in style.
Yeah, somebody just has to go. You will never know. Kedar Jadhav, you will never know unless you go. 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 Here he goes again. Is it another boundary? Commitment. A lot of commitment, but it's now a boundary, and it's again a boundary. Back-to-back boundaries. Jadhav's got to go. Du Plessis' got to go. Someone has to go.
Well, Jadhav certainly has started to go. He's got to keep doing that. Again, a fine shot over the infield. The ball will curve away from that fielder, not make it easy as he chases it. Jaiswal, yeah, you can see the way they curved away from him.
Over the top of extra cover this time, a couple of bounces and 4 more. That is very nice, probably the best of them.
Yeah, we know how good he is. Smart player, very, very smart player. Shots all around the ground. Has a good style. He's not a big guy. Not all the best batsmen in the world have been big guys. Some of the most fabulous players that have played the game. The gentleman sitting next to me, Mr. Gavaskar, Sachin Tendulkar, Ricky Ponting. Tell you what, it's about the brain. It's about what's in between your ears. Could have gone again there,
Run over extra cover.
Yes.
Same shot.
Yes.
Same ball.
Maybe hit it further.
Well, at least it's not a dot ball as far as CSK is concerned. 13 from this over, the required rate 14. They need to get one more on these remaining 2 deliveries. If they can get more, nothing like it.
Last ball of Shreyas Gopal's spell. 1 for 37. Be a single. Into 12, 101 for 4.
...101 for 4, 217 the target. That's 116 from 48 balls. A heck of an ask. I mean, 14 and a half and over. Wow. Partnership worth 25, and it's a long, slow build. A lot will depend on this pair, and then of course Dhoni and Jadeja.
These don't help. They don't help at all. There's no intent to look for the boundary there from du Plessis. Needs to show intent. That's what he needs to do. Even if he hits the sweeper hard, whatever he's doing, they're in the 13th over. They still need over 100 runs. They need 114 runs from 46 balls. And I'm sorry, but intent has to be shown every single delivery. You've got Jadeja, you've got MS Dhoni. You have to show intent every ball. Kedar Jadhav has been doing that. No, he hasn't. They need to show that intent.
Well, that's a fair call, and it's the only call when the run rate's 15 and over. It's odd to all of us that MS Dhoni, who's played so well in the last 2 IPLs, should have left himself so late. I know he sees himself as a finisher. Faf keeps picking men out. It's been a sort of thing historically, hasn't it, with CSK, that they push it deeper and deeper and deeper.
Yeah, they do, but that again there is just a tap out into the leg side. You saw Watson at the start of the innings, saw Sanju Samson, anything short, they whacked out the ground. the end of the day, when you're in a position like this, you are your own captain.
Paris, and since then her adorable son Leo has been stealing the spotlight on the tennis court.
We're gonna have some more fun coming weeks, so thank you so much.
Catch Victoria Azarenka gunning for Roland Garros glory live on your World of Champions Supersport. This player profile was served up by Prudential Investment Managers.
Revive, re-energize and reinvent yourself with Discam's focus on healthy living. 20% off all Gabby's nuts, 1 kg. Ensure nutritional supplement, 2 for R356.95. Save R62.95. Healthy living, now on. Let our nurses and online doctors take care of you with Clinic Connect. You'll be cared for from diagnosis to dispensary, scripts and repeats. Discam, pharmacists who care.
Get DSTV Premium for unrivaled access to the biggest sporting events in the world. Its dedicated channel for unmissable rugby, cricket, Grand Slam, majors, football, and more. All with in-depth commentary.
Oh, they've woken up the crowd here.
Insights and expert analysis.
So Bailey takes it there at the line.
Get closer to the stars and experience the greatest sport like never before. That's the premium difference.
It feels like only yesterday. The first pet store took a chance on us, stocking Montego Classic on little more than a promise and a handshake. Our first loyal customers soon followed, and we haven't looked back since. Today, with so much to offer, and Montego Classic still one of our very best, we know it's all been possible because each of you put your faith in us. Join us in store for more 20th birthday celebrations. Montego, better every day.
Lots of slower balls from Tom Curran, some with the fingers cutting across the seam, others coming out of the back of the hand. Brings an end to our strategic timeout. I can't get the words out.
One thing's for sure, Tom Curran has to go.
Come two, and immediately that intent that KP was talking about is there in that stroke from Faf.
I've never seen Stephen Fleming so animated in a timeout. It seemed as if some stern words were spoken and decisive words.
4 or 5 overs have been wasted though, Mazza. That's the reason.
I've been getting this feeling from the word go. I thought that even M. Vijesh could have shown a bit more intent, because you said the tempo, you used it, you used the word tempo. That had to be said by the openers.
The tempo needed to be set. Experienced players as well. I thought Shane Watson, he found his form and he earned the right. He didn't have a good game the other night, but he got on with it. He went 6s and 4s and really got on with it. But there's just the lack of intent. That's my thing at the moment. It's the lack of intent.
Yeah, the drip of singles is absolutely not the tactic. And that might be above waist height and a no ball. Yeah, immediately called. So it's a free hit.
And the free hit to be faced by Faf du Plessis. Possibly that's the one he needs to get going.
Where does he go? He practiced, he had a sort of look down at straightish mid-wicket, the men back on the leg side, square leg mid-wicket and wideish mid-on. Breathtaking display of hitting in very straight too. Lovely free swing of the bat. We saw the full face of the blade. That's the sort of thing that we need 3 or 4 of from Chennai Super Kings. There is Sampson celebrating that lovely catch that he just took. He's had a glorious night. Most ever off an IPL over was 37, so they weren't far from it, in fact. Surely got the last couple of balls into the pitch and they were only singles. Anyway, 14 gone, 115 for 5. 17 and over needed to win this game. Current rate only 8.2 and over. Long time since Dhoni made a run. Must be a year or more. And he's now made 2. There's the danger that this becomes an extended net. Rahul Tevatia's bowled very well tonight. He kept his head when others might not have done. Oh, good firm hit by Faf du Plessis, yes! Just over the rope. There was a squeal from somebody, maybe from him, who thought it should have been caught.
Again, the connection. Not exactly what he wants, Faf du Plessis. At the edge, just misjudged it there, Rian Parag. Very good. Generally in the field. Did the ball swerve a bit? Did he not know where he was? The squeal was from the bowler, as expected.
Yeah, it was. It was a bit like one that Sam Curran misjudged earlier today. Getting enough body behind it, really, getting the eyes behind it if possible.
Such good bowling. Clever bowling. Back of the length. Murali Kartik was talking about it in the first innings when Jadeja went too full. Piyush Chawla went too full. You go full here, the straight boundaries are not big enough. The back of the length bowling. Mightily impressive from Tewatia. 3 for 29. Is he going to get the big wicket? Is the finisher going to go after him? I don't think he's got any other option.
I don't think he's going to go after him this over. If you know Dhoni, he's going to take it deep.
Worth spending a moment on the Dream 11 top 5 fantasy players, the players with the most number of points on the Dream 11 as of over 10 in the second innings. All the fantasy players who picked them in their team today must be... Shane Watson muscled it early on. That's effectively those fantasy points of 2/3 of the way, 3/4 of the way through the match. After 10 overs of the second innings being played. Faf du Plessis on strike, back live. It's a really good 3 swing. And that was in the slot. They were the sort of balls that Sanu Samson took such advantage of earlier. And if I tell you that we've had 15 off this over, that is still not yet up with the rate. And that's how big the task is.
And that's the length. That's the length not to bowl. Up there. Back of the length. Almost top of the stumps. Fabulous. It was a good shot. He's still got to hit him.
What would you do here, Kev? Wait back? He's got to bowl this into the pitch, hasn't he?
I think so, yeah. I mean, that's where his success has come from. That's where his wickets have come from. Probably be standing back. And that one like that, you just react to. But you've got to try and put that away. It's a full P. You've got to put that away. Tewatia finishes. He did good. He got 3. 1, 3, 1 for 5.
you see the two worms as far apart as that climb up the mountain. – 86 from 30 balls. Jofra Archer down the leg side wide straight away.
You know what intent from a batsman does? It makes a bowler think. And that's exactly why from the word go, if somebody starts showing it, the bowler has to try different things. Once you get settled into a rhythm and line, and if the batsman ain't trying anything, happy days for a bowler.
You're always winning when you make a bowler think, Mazza.
Jofra's taking a gold chain to another level there, isn't he? I'm astounded the batsman's not put off by that.
Back in his crease. Cut that away, du Plessis. Looking for anything short to pull him. Let him square of the wicket. Jofra Archer maybe want to get that up top of the stumps. Bowl it fast.
Shot. Ooh, a little beauty.
Yeah, but
just got away from the ball, didn't he?
Another leg cutter though, 120 kilometres per hour. This is not his strength, not Jofra Archer's strength. It's not what batsmen fear about him. You're facing Jofra Archer and he's running in bowling you slower balls. You are so happy. You got Jofra Archer running in bowling 150 kilometres per hour. Instinct takes over. You start to make mistakes. Run in and bowl fast. Maybe that chain is quite heavy.
Well, it's good bling, that's for sure. And just not even a fingertipper. 140 Ks, that's more what Kevin Peterson wants. I do feel sometimes that, and this is not in any way a criticism of your point right now, I do feel the expectation of Archer to always bowl very quick, given all the cricket he plays, is quite an ask of him.
In a 2020 game?
No,
4 overs?
I hear.
Okay.
I'm just sort of talking more generally than I am, specifically about this moment. He probably figures they're going to win tonight anyway.
I completely agree with you, Phil. I think when a fast bowler comes and hits those hard lengths, it's tough, whatever be the situation. And then the odd one can be a slow one, where you see the contrast and where you see the difference, and that is a surprise. But not when the batsman's already expecting a slow one.
Yeah, you just try and speak from experience. So you're facing the Glucks of Shoaib Akhtar, Breckley, all these guys, Dale Staines, and they're running in and bowling slow balls to you. You are the happiest person. There again, short ball with intent. Good ball, another dot. He's gone 140, 140, 140. Real good from Jofra Archer, much better.
Well, he had a kind of look back at Faf, didn't he, after he'd cut him through mid-off. As if to say, you ain't doing that again. I think Dhoni was looking for the wide there, but didn't get it. 80 needed from 25 balls. Almost 20 and over. $16 gone, 138 for 5.
38 for 5, 4 to go. It's been all about Rajasthan Royals in this opening encounter. Haven't looked sluggish at all. $20 and over required. Is that beyond MS Dhoni and Faf du Plessis? If they do get there, it'll be some watching.
Sure, it'll be massively entertaining. If they get even close to it, if they get to 200, it'll be massively entertaining.
Gets to the pitch of it, Faf du Plessis picks up 6. Nice.
He's run down the pitch as if to a spinner. Oh, it was a slower delivery, about 104 kilometers per hour.
Pace off, clever. It all continues tomorrow. Kolkata Knight Riders, Mumbai Indians. First look at the Kolkata Knight Riders. Dinesh Karthik, Rohit Sharma. So back down in Abu Dhabi, which was the venue for the first game. Looking forward to seeing Kolkata in action. Debut performance of Pat Cummins. What sort of local quick bowlers they unleash, whether Kamlesh Naragakoti and Shivam Mavi are fit. Shubman Gill at the top of the order. Andre Russell in the middle. Up against the star-studded Mumbai Indians lineup.
It will be really nice to see Mavi and Nagarkoti in action.
He's got plenty of that. Faf du Plessis. Again, it's sat in the wicket.
The required rate is still over 20. 15 runs have come out the first 5 deliveries, 1 delivery left. And the asking rate is still over 20.
Oh, 6 more. What a way to bring up your 14th IPL half-century. Faf du Plessis moves to 55. 17 gone. 159 for 5. Lovely controlled swing of the bat from Faf du Plessis, down the ground, straight out of the middle.
5 sixes in Faf's last 11 balls. So he finally got that intent Kevin Peterson was talking about. 29 balls for his 55, but it was that I mentioned in the drip of singles in the early part of his innings that seemed to have put pay to any possibility of victory. Still all but 20 and over needed. 58 from 18 balls, 3 overs remain. Stoney on strike.
Well, you want to get as close to the total as possible. There could be a net run rate situation. So if the net run rate situation comes into play, the more runs you have, the better for you.
In trouble if you're playing for net run rate in your second game, though. I mean,
I
understand what you're saying, though, Sonny.
You've got to try and get as close to the opposition's total as possible. I know it looks impossible at this stage. 17 deliveries left, 57. An over from Jofra Archer to come. Not easy to hit him. He's given away only 16 runs of his 3 overs so far.
Yes, your point is that down the track, if it gets close come playoff time, you don't want to have regretted the sequel.
And again, Buff du Plessis is last. His last 5 scoring shots, 4 of them have been sixes. Brilliant.
Absolutely brilliant. This was one of the quicker deliveries, 134 kilometers per hour. Just clearing his front foot. And a lovely follow through of the bat.
Six in this contest this afternoon. 33 is the most sixes ever in an IPL contest. Chennai Stadium, Bangalore.
We were on the brink, I mentioned not so long ago, we were on the brink of something amazing earlier, weren't we? With 30 from that P.S. Chawla over by Sanu Samson, and now we're on the brink of another possibility of another record. Incidentally, if you missed it, you might have picked up on it, but were Chennai 2-1 denied, it would have been the highest ever chase in the IPL. So a night of pending records.
He's done well to get that out. Actually, Buff du Plessis, but could have been run out.
This is very good comeback from Tom Curran. Angled that Yorker so well. Just gets an inside edge. Would have been a close thing.
Well, at this stage of the innings, you want to be looking to bowl good slower balls or quality Yorkers. Unacademy, learn from the best. This one from Tom Curran. That is where you want your Yorkers at the back end of the innings. No freedom of the arms whatsoever. Kids at home, take note and learn from a man who bowls plenty of deliveries at the back end of an innings. Slower ball that time. Pace off.
Did well, in fact, to get that much bat on it, actually, get the face of the bat on it. I saw Steve Smith hit a 4 like that once in Canberra between his legs. Yeah.
8 runs. The difference at the moment is that in the gap. Just got 1 minute. 2 overs to go. 169 for 5. Got a lot closer together, those worms. It's still a monumental task for the Chennai Super Kings. 48 from 12. Steve Smith pulling the right rein at the moment, trying to close the game out with an over from Jofra Archer. Right here, right now.
Sonny just mentioned 3 overs to 16. It's now 4 a ball needed to win this game. He's not the guy you'd pick to have a crack at 4 a ball.
Yeah, push for 2, they should. Starts with a slower ball. Jofra Archer.
This has been from Faf du Plessis. Can he take CSK close? A win doesn't look possible at this stage. No, looks very, very tough. But can he take them to maybe 200, 205?
Striking very much his area down sort of mid-on way and mid-off. Lovely to see MS Dhoni hit one of those shots we came to love in the early days of his career. Amazing sort of helicopter thing. He had his long hair. And I think of the power drive over mid-on to win the World Cup. When Dhoni strikes the ball at his best, he has the fastest hands in the south, north, east and west.
Waited for it. Knew that the slower balls were the norm for this over from Jofra Archer. And du Plessis waited on that one. Got it. And got it very well.
It's sort of a bit of a tantalizer, isn't it? Because someone's going to have to bowl the last over and the game may still be alive, particularly if he can get a boundary off, or what should we say, if we can get 2 boundaries off the next 2 balls. I wonder if Archer will look to fire it in at Yorker length.
Is that off the edge, off the handle? I think it is, and it'll be the end of Faf du Plessis. Tried to fire it in, it wasn't full.
No, he didn't bother with the Yorker, he just bowled it quick and at him, at his chest, but it wasn't super quick. 129 k's per hour it comes out at, so you'd say Archer's done the job there, getting rid of Faf du Plessis, whose innings was divided into 2 distinct halves. One where he didn't seem to have his mojo, and one where he conclusively did. Enjoyable flurry to seemingly keep the game alive. Maybe that his departure ensures that that is no longer the case. 38 from 7 balls. 72 he made, it's 179 for 6.
Nicely bowled, and a good over from Jofra Archer. 1 to go, 179 for 6. One to go. Providing there's no balls or wides, Rajasthan Royals should register a win. Pick up a couple? No, just the one. Struggling for his timing at the moment. MS Dhoni been out of cricket, competitive cricket for so long. He will have had plenty of time in the nets, but it's that competitive cricket, pressure of game situation. I've seen plenty of international players who have retired from international cricket, haven't had a home summer, come to the IPL around about April, May, and have struggled as well in the years gone by. It was not easy. It's a tough competition. You've got international quality bowlers, the best in the game in India. Not a competition you can just waltz into and expect success.
No, one of the reasons for that is there's no time. You know, you're always chasing your tail. Might be tempted to think, well, it's only 2020 cricket. I might have to do a lot just to get into it. But actually, when you're asked the question, it's very hard to answer it if you haven't played. The difference is Sam Curran walking in the other night, having had a couple of months of cricket in England, being able to play those strokes immediately to win the game. Played a couple of good ones tonight, perished early.
Has he got one? He might have. Out onto the road. Dhoni picks up a 6.
That's what everybody's waiting for. It's in a losing cause at the moment, but at least this augurs well for the matches to come. Sweet, out of the park.
I was talking about that speed at the point of contact. The hands are working the bat at such a taste. Happy group of Rajasthan Royals. The very happy Manoj Badali back in England. Very happy Shane Warne on his way here. Oh, not a very happy Tom Curran though. That is massive. I mean, that has come off the very middle of that Dhoni cricket ball.
There are 2 deliveries left and he's asking for a change of gloves. Because he's enjoying himself now.
That's our driver. That was one of our drivers. He's got a souvenir for the night. Weighted on that slower ball beautifully. Superb camera work. And again. Oh, 3 in a row.
What this is telling us is how close it actually is, and probably should have been closer. We have now equalled the record for the most 6s in an IPL match, and there is 1 ball of the game to go. 33, matching the 33 in Bangalore. What a thing that would be, to have 34 6s in one game of cricket. I suppose Dhoni has a clue, but here we go.
Won't be, but they'll reach 200, and it'll be a victory for the Rajasthan Royals in their opening encounter of Dream 11 IPL for 2020. Performed brilliantly with the bat, and their bowlers did the job. It was a mountain too high for the Chennai Super Kings to climb. And they're a very happy camp, the men in pink, to start this Dream 11 IPL.
Well, 29 of 17 deliveries for Mahendra Singh Dhoni. Well, makes you wonder if he had come ahead of Kedar Jadhav or even at number 4 instead of young debutant Ruturaj Gaikwad. Who knows? Rajasthan Royals winning by 16 runs. 16 only, that's the margin between the two teams. Who knows if Dhoni had come into bat at 4 or even 5 instead of coming into bat at 7, who knows what could have happened.
And he had Jadeja out there with him at the end, who was barely able to fire a bullet from his gun. Two fantastic cricketers. What's more, two cricketers who have a tendency for the spectacular. Anyway, you know, Dhoni's Dhoni. Why he didn't bat higher, we shall never know. As it is, it's a thoroughly efficient night, I think, for Rajasthan Royals, with moments of fantastic flair, particularly from Samson, who batted as well as you'd ask anybody to bat. Steve Smith opening definitely works, and is probably something they'll stick with. Different when Jos Buttler plays. I don't know whether they plan to open with him or have him as a finisher in the middle order, but they'd make for quite something at the top of the order. Yeah, and in the main, I mean, some of the bowlers didn't have their best night, some did. I thought the wrist spinners did very well. Archer's got plenty left in the tank, but still managed 4 overs, 1 for just 26. Tom Curran rather more expensive, but we know he has a big heart and a relish too for more testing circumstances. All in all, a very interesting match without being a thriller, but any of the previous 3 were. And a game that Rajasthan Royals will be very pleased with. It gets them off to the perfect start in the tournament, beating a very senior, professional and effective outfit in the Chennai Super Kings.
Yeah, and I don't think Tom Curran will be the only bowler to go for 50 in Sharjah this edition of the IPL. 2 in the first innings. Ngidi went for in excess of 50. Piyush Chawla went for in excess of 50 in his 4 overs as well. Tough venue to bowl at. Young man had an opportunity tonight, top of the order. Andrew McDonald, I think his coaching career off to a good start with the Rajasthan Royals.
There'll be an inquest of some sort, you know. I mean, it is difficult, that middle period, when you've lost wickets. I think Faf du Plessis would have stood at the non-strikers end and been pretty disappointed in Curran and Gaikwad pretty much surrendering their wickets. And then he must have felt the need to rebuild. And I think we'll keep coming back to it, really. Just wanted to see more of Dhoni earlier in the piece.
Well, MS is with us now. MS, a tough one, that one to face. I mean, 217. Was it just a bridge too far?
Well, I think, you know, with 217 on the board, we have to had a very good start, which was not the case. And I feel, you know, they batted really well. Steve and Sanju Samson, you know, they batted very well. And at the same time, I think we need to give credit to their bowlers also, because there was a lot of dew. And that's one thing, you know, if you put runs on the board, then you have seen the first innings as to what is a good length to bowl on that wicket, and I think that's what they did. You know, they kept hitting the same area, especially the spinner. They didn't try too many different things. It was important on a wicket like this to keep it away from the batsman, and yes, they will hit a few shots, but at least you are not confused. With a smaller outfield, you know, you get hit few from the back of the length or short ball, and then you get hit when you bowl up. I feel that was an error that our spinners committed in the first couple of overs that they bowled, 2 each. But after that, you know, we did come back nicely in the game. Without singling out anyone, I think what we could have done, which is a controllable, is, you know, the no balls. You know, even when you are under pressure, try not to give no balls, because that's a controllable. You can't really control how the opposition batsman is batting. So I feel that's one area, if we improve and you know, we would have maybe restricted them to 200, would have been a very good game.
I think up here we were thinking we would like to have seen you a little bit earlier. What were your thoughts around staying down the order a bit?
Well, I haven't batted for a very long time, you know, and the 14-day quarantine doesn't really help. And slowly trying to get into the tournament, and also at the same time we want to try a few different things, you know, like Sam or Jadeja sending him up, because that's something we haven't done for a very long time, and this gives us an opportunity to do that at the start of the tournament. And as the tournament progresses, you know, you'll see the senior players stepping in and, you know, taking that added responsibility. But otherwise, you know, we have been one team that has kept doing the same thing, and I feel we have an opportunity over here where we can try a few different things. If it works, if it doesn't work, you know, we always go back to what your strength is.
How pleased with Faf again tonight? It was good in the first game as well.
Well, yes, he batted very well, and I think the key is to adapt, especially when the spinners have decided to bowl slightly short. What is important over here is to still look to hit over mid-on or maybe country. Don't really go for the square leg area because it keeps dying down, which makes it slightly more difficult. And I felt Faf adapted very well to that, and it's something, you know, that all the batsmen will do. You know, just start neglecting the square leg on this field and maybe, you know, look more towards country or long on or long on.
All right, MS, thanks very much for your time, mate. Appreciate it. Tough luck tonight.
Yes, thanks.
Yeah, MS Dhoni there, and Chennai Super Kings just post-mortems, along with David Miller, talking about that run out perhaps. It's a tough night for Chennai, a very good night for the Rajasthan Royals. 4 overs, 1 for 26. Jofra Archer joins us now. Jofra, how'd you feel out there?
To be honest, but it was good to get out there.
The ball, how's it coming out? I mean, a lot of slower balls tonight. What was the reasoning behind that?
Well, you don't want to give him any pace on the ball. You know, Sharjah is pretty small and the ball's sliding on, so you don't need to give him any extra.
That slower ball that you're bowling, the little leg roller, have you developed any others? Are you looking to try and develop any others?
Well, yeah, I've got a few more, but obviously I can't bring them out tonight. Yeah, I think the other game at Sharjah is going to be just like this, so the sooner we adapt to the conditions, the better.
I think that was a good thing about your team, and all the bowlers tonight adapted to the conditions well. What did you talk about in that mid-innings break about the length to bowl?
Well, especially for the spinners, we tried to tell them don't bowl any step hits, because obviously when we batted we had a few of them, and then obviously they changed, but it was it was too late. By then we already had about 80 or 90 run partnership, so you know, the faster team to adapt usually is the team that wins the game.
All right, good to see you back in the Rajasthan colours, mate. Well bowled tonight. Yes, thank you. Jofra Archer, good performance tonight from him. 4 overs, 1 for 26. Just a little bit too far, wasn't it, for Chennai tonight? Mark
Don't
Nicholas.
forget his role with the bat.
Yeah, good point.
He gave it a fearful smack at the end. I think he got 27 off 7 balls or something like that. Yeah, look, it was too far. I think Dhoni's point about why he batted low down is fair enough. I think it's relevant. I don't suppose you want to toy with ideas for too long. The battle for the playoffs looks to me as if it could be very tight. There seem to be a lot of evenly matched teams. Is that attack good enough to take Rajasthan Royals all the way? I don't know. I mean, maybe, you know, we don't know whether they'll get Ben Stokes back. That seems to me to be unlikely. Certainly not till the latter half of the tournament anyway. Jos Buttler soon. Yeah, I mean, they've got a lot of good things going for them. They're well led. Steve Smith's very empowered and B, very motivated, I think. I like him at the top of the order, so a good win for them this evening. The game that really needed something special at the beginning. We heard Dhoni mention that. Well, Shane Watson gave it plenty, rather more perhaps than Murali Vijay. Watson's so physically strong and muscles it, doesn't he? Wow. Gets down low and stays in the shot brilliantly. So it was fun to watch him play. Sam Curran came in and struck the ball clean as a whistle, every bit as clean as the other night, but he fell after 3 or 4 boundaries, and then Gate quite straight after him with a moment of indiscretion.